sometimes if you're being you and it's not the best quality stuff out there, that's honestly a lot more better than you trying to be somebody else when it's the highest quality. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's take when I was selling life insurance for a reason. Here's a lesson for you guys. I met this person. They brought me into the life insurance world. And oh my gosh, this house looks so fucking nice. Look at that. Beautiful fucking lights, driveway, the grass, the wall, the gate, the painting. Oh, one day I'm gonna have a nice, beautiful home. But anyways, guys, back to what I was saying, the life insurance stuff. He brought me into a life insurance world, and this shit was all like scripted. You know, like everyone kind of had the same script. Everyone kind of had the same, how do you say, excuses. Like, whenever someone gives you an excuse, forgot what the word was, and then you would combat that excuse with a certain response. And it was all the same. It was not authentic, and it honestly just felt like, because that person also sold me a policy, and it just didn't feel like he actually said that he wanted, what was best for me. It was, he just got his quick buck. There was no, authenticity to it. Like, you can tell they don't care, that it's all just a script. And he wanted me to do the same thing. And it was going against, everything I kind of stand for. Just being free, do you. And then they would make me feel bad that I'm not going to every single meeting like they want me to. That I'm not fucking living how they want. And I didn't get much sales because I was trying to metamorphose myself into this person. And that person was trying to metamorphose himself into another person. And I think I honestly would have just done a lot better if, I wasn't trying to be in the fancy suit. And I wasn't trying to make that person follow the same path. I think I would have got a lot more sales and helped out a lot more people. But the thing is, I didn't know that at the time, Especially when another person who already has it, you kind of want to follow their steps because they already got it. But what I didn't realize is that, God has a different path for me. Different set plan. And looking back, I found that person's page again just recently, and that person doesn't even sell life insurance anymore. They sell real estate. I don't know why. I'm not gonna ask. I don't care. But being you guys should always be the priority. I wonder how close I am to the camera. Am I all up like this and you guys can only see my nose, or can you guys get a pretty good whiff of my ass, or what? Yeah. So recently I have just been trying to focus on calming my mind, and I think that it's so helpful. Look at these. But, things like reading. I think every man in their life, they should start reading more. Because if you look it up, CEOs, how many books do they read in a year? It's about 10 books. I can say in the past 5, 7, 10 years, whatever the fuck. Actually, yeah, the past 5 years, I only read one book. So I'm reading more. Currently, I'm reading Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. And I'm still reading The Richest Man in Babylon, and as well as The Creative Act. So those are the 3 books I'm reading right now. And I think just going for a walk like this, it's very calming to the mind. And that's a good thing, you know, so I can actually think and be creative and do what I want, you know? Because where do I see myself? What person do I want to be? I want to be the person that, you know, I go hiking in the mountains and just by myself. You know, I didn't plan it out. I just had all my stuff, prepared it, and I said, all right, I'm leaving to the mountains. I'm gonna go hike and have a good day, and I'm gonna feel very relaxful. And then as well as like travel, because I went to Mexico with one of my friends, and I just remember like we were driving, and I'm seeing like the mountains of Tijuana, and the sun was out, and you're seeing street vendors in the street and stuff, and you got all these other cars like bam, bam, and you know, like it was just a new experience. Like, yes, I have been to TJ before plenty of times with like my family, but I ain't never gone with my friends, you know? And that was like so euphoric to me. Like, I'm telling you guys, like that feeling felt just as good as like whenever I would take shrooms. And honestly, probably better, because I was sober and I didn't have to worry about, you know, like the side effects of doing drugs, you know, because like shrooms would heat up my body temperature sometimes. And I feel like I honestly kind of ruined the experience whenever you're on drugs. Because I remember I went to the movies with this one chick one time, and I was like on the coming down of my high. But the thing is, I started to overheat, and I had gotten this feeling before. I looked it up, and like, you know, you're risking yourself to die because you could destroy your enzymes. It's like a flu. Destroys your enzymes, and then you fucking die. But yeah, I started to overheat, and then I was like acting weird because I kept asking like, is it hot? Is it hot? Like, fuck. And I kept on leaving in and out to go like wipe down the sweat off my face and stuff. And like I kind of just ruined the experience, to be honest. So being in Mexico, being sober and feeling that euphoric, it felt great. And then of course, like I fucking ruined it. You know, I smoked my little wax pen, and then I started getting anxiety and a bad trip. And I was like, man, why the fuck do I even do this shit, you know? And I quit drugs now. I quit drugs. I quit drinking. Yeah. I think you guys should too, honestly. Like, becoming a man. If you want to become a man, I say, personally, well, first off, live for you, you know? Stop taking everybody's advice. And, you know, there's a saying that if you want to make the wrong choice, ask everybody. So just live, go out there, do whatever you want. But in my experience, for me to become a man, I gotta stop the drugs, stop drinking, which I've done. I have to read more books. You know, I'm gonna try and strive for reading at least 7 books. We can cut it down. If I can read 5 books this year in 2026, I would feel pretty accomplished. Let's see what else. Solo adventures. You know, like, this is cool and all. Like, I'm out here walking and shit, all alone. And it's calming because... So I just ran out of storage on my phone, so I just stopped and deleted a bunch of old videos. What was I talking about? What the fuck? Yeah, if I read 5 books, I'll feel pretty accomplished. Oh yeah, solo adventures, yup. And going to the mountains, you know, I wanna go to Mexico on my own and record and just experience that different like lifestyle. Breaking the habit feels nice. And what's it called? You know, I want to travel abroad too. Like, I really want to go to Korea, Japan, China, right? I had another video. I don't think I'm going to post it, or maybe I can like stitch. No, I'll just make it right now. I had another video where I was talking about like American cities. And, you know, if I was a foreigner and I would think about America, the only states I would really think about is like California, New York, Florida, and maybe Texas. You know, I think, you know, some of you guys are probably like, Hawaii. I really think just Americans freak out about Hawaii because a lot of other countries just go to different islands and stuff. So, and what great cities do we have in California? We have San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. And San Francisco, you know, it's so bad now after COVID. You know, fentanyl rise and you know, these Democrat fucking people in charge. You know, they're just enabling all these junkies with like the needles and all this stuff. Oh, now they can do it safely. You know, like, why are you even giving it to them? You know, it destroyed San Francisco. I was lucky enough to go when I was a child and experience how it's supposed to be. You know, I visit Apple or Silicon Valley. I forget which one's in LA. I think LA is Silicon Valley. Nah, whatever. But all the big companies in San Francisco, they all left a while ago. And now they have an app that you can see where there's poop on the floor. And if you look at that app, there's poop everywhere. The whole fucking map is filled. And then we have LA, where it's like they have Skid Row and all these homeless, and the air quality actually just stinks, man. It reeks. And you know, it's not that amazing. Like, I think it was once nice, you know, you're looking at these big tall buildings like you never seen in your life before, and it's such a different experience. But whenever you think about it, like, all it is just these liberal faggots that roam that place, and homeless people. Everything's super expensive. For what reason? And then I think like the only nice one I don't really go to as much is San Diego. But then, even then, like, there's like still graffiti everywhere. There's trash everywhere. It just doesn't look appealing. Like, it's so ghetto. And then in Florida, you have Miami, you know, where like there's all these rich people. Everybody looks like they're in great shape. All the girls are beautiful, but really they all just got their tits done, and everyone thinks, oh my god. Like, really, dude? Like, just because some tits got done? Like, and then so I think that place is kind of Loserville, to be honest. And New York, I think New York is such like, I want to go to New York just because it will be so different for me. And, you know, I would love to live that life where I'm just living in the loft for a bit, or like a studio apartment, and just exploring, probably skating the town or whatever the hell. But then, like, also it's not the best because, like, it's still, I think it stinks over there. That's what I heard. And there's rats everywhere. There's homeless people everywhere. Yeah. Anyways, back to it. It's like, I want to go travel abroad to these different countries. You know, I want to go to Germany for Oktoberfest and, you know, be served by some chicks in like some corsets, bring you some big ass beers and like some brats, like the little sausages and stuff. And then I want to go try some spaghetti in Italy, and I want to go to Rome. I want to go to Macedonia. I want to go back to Australia, but on my terms this time, and actually travel the entire coast, you know, from the bottom up. And what I would consist of in that is like, well, try out the different spots that they have there. Like, I don't mind drinking if it's like not drinking to black out, you know, like, because that's what I was doing before. I used to just drink till I fucking black out and I make a fool of myself, and it's okay that I did that, because guess what, I'll just blame it on the alcohol, you know. And like, I would like to try different drinks at a normal pace, you know, have one or two, and that's it. But anyways, try different bars there, go to the zoo in Brisbane, or is it, yeah, it's Brisbane. I want to go to that one architecture place that they have there in Sydney. You know, that's what they're known for pretty much. And then also go to the coral reef there and scuba dive and, you know, look at the animals or the fish. I don't know what the heck. But there's a whole world out there that I want to experience. And, you know, I feel like something that has been killing me lately is that, one, I don't want a job. So I feel like, because right now I'm just living off of my, look at that shit, like, come on, you guys can't do a better job or what? But I don't want a job, so what I'm doing right now is I'm literally just living off of, living off of my my savings, my money. You know, I got enough to live about, the math says 10 to 9 months, but I know reality is a bitch, and I'm gonna be spending more money, you know, because I want new clothes. I don't have much clothes, but, you know, I think whenever people hear new clothes and stuff, like, they think I'm gonna dress nicer. Like, no, I just want more pajamas. I just want more fucking pajamas, man. And yeah, so I'm being like frugal with my money. I'm too scared to travel on my own. And well, one of them also is just, I want to be in better shape before I start traveling. So I'm kind of giving myself till July. So I spend the whole first half of the year losing weight, getting in shape, calming my mind, practicing good habits and getting rid of bad habits. And then the second half is where I just travel and I experience things and I meet new people and stuff. And like, right now I still feel like I'm not doing enough. Like, I spend most of my time indoors. You know, do you think you're really gonna have a great adventure if you're inside all the time? No, man. Like, one good adventure I had was it was the Marine Corps ball, and I got drunk as hell, and I wasn't old enough at the time to go to the bars with my buddies, so then I went to the strip club instead and stayed the night in the hotel. And then the next day, like, my buddies told me to go pick them up, but they had ended up at these chicks' house, and then we went to pick them up, but we ended up just staying the whole time. And we were in like the house had like the ocean kind of connected to it in the back, so the ocean would go all the way around. And we would go on these paddleboard things, or I don't know if paddleboards, but like, yeah, paddleboards where you stand on it and you like paddle and stuff, and we played games, listened to music. It was a great time. Do you think that I'm gonna experience stuff like that if I'm in my house the whole time? Hell no. You know, at least out here just walking, I can like meet some homeless person, and then he tells me like his life story or something. Or if I like end up just going to LA, you know, I could just, I don't know, new experiences, guys. That's my goal for 2026. The first half, calm my mind, get in shape, become more disciplined, get smarter, and the second half is to travel. And I kind of don't even know what I'm talking about anymore in this video, guys, but yeah. Doing things at your own pace. What do I mean by that? Is most of us are on social media, doom scrolling, and, you know, we want to be ambitious or whatever, and we're looking at all these other people doing the things that we want to do on social media, and everyone has a different opinion. There's one guy saying, like let's say you want to lose weight, and, you know, you want to start off with your diet. This one guy is saying, do the keto diet. Then he goes through this whole fucking process where everything's happening super fast, so it's spiking your dopamine like crazy, and you're like, yeah, that's a good idea. Compared to another guy is also like, do the paleo diet. And then this other person is like, oh, just eat less. And then this other person is like, you know, you're getting bombarded with information. You're getting bombarded with all this information, and then you eventually become stagnant. You do nothing because you're overwhelmed. So I just want to tell you guys, whatever it is that you want to get into, ignore everybody else, bro. Ignore everybody else and do whatever you think is right for you at your own pace, you know? Whether it's like, yeah, you want to, let's say you want to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever it is, right? And, you know, all these other people are saying like, oh, you're still eating so much, or you should be dieting, you shouldn't be eating that, or whatever. And, you know, like, sometimes you have to be like, well, I'm fine if I only lose a pound every 2-3 weeks, you know? And I'm gonna eat this brownie because I don't want to sacrifice having to be confined to a strict diet in order to reach my goal. Everyone reaches their goals in different ways, you know, whether it's savings. You know, some people are gonna always try and give you advice whenever you try and do something, and it's like, you're trying to save all this money, why aren't you doing this? You need to stop doing that. And then you gotta realize that, you know what, I'm fine doing it this way because it works for me. It works for me. Because maybe you can't be saving $500 every paycheck, but what you could do is save $50, $20 every paycheck. And then all of a sudden when you get comfortable, because how many of you guys had tried to save money and then you start at the rate that everyone else around you or social media is telling you, save $500 a paycheck, and then you try that, and then you end up only doing it once or twice, and then you quit? Compared to if you would have just done it $20, $30 a paycheck, and then all of a sudden it lasted you a whole lifetime, and you started saving even more every paycheck eventually because you got used to it. That's what I'm talking about, working at your own pace. This is the stadium they're building here in Ontario for the Dodgers minor league team. The ONT, or the Ontario Tower Buzzers. You know, they used to be the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. I can't wait for it to open. It's gonna be so nice. Like, Over there, they have a bunch of soccer fields, football fields, like the concession stand right there. They have more fields in the back, parking lot here. And then this is the stadium. And they're gonna have, supposedly, they're gonna have like restaurants and stuff in there. Like, I don't know, who knows, maybe a Cane's or a fucking Chick-fil-A, something like that. But the field looks nice. And then they have another parking lot over there. There's gonna be another place to visit and relax. You know, I think that's like the number one thing for me. I just want to be at peace of mind. And I want to talk about passion. So, a lot of people think that they're born with passion. I'm here to tell you that passion comes from doing something over and over again. You know, I was never passionate about IT or nothing. Before the Marine Corps, I never really touched a fucking computer. And whenever I did, like, start working out on my own, and I would watch other people, I would learn more about it, and I would get more excited. Like, I want to wake up the next day and do this thing that I've been thinking about all night. And you get more passionate because now you know more, and now you can actually talk to other people about the subject. So you're not born with passion. You just have to go out there and start doing things. So whatever it is that you wanted to do, just start. You're gonna suck at it. Now you gotta be bad before you can become mediocre. And just keep at it. Learn new things slowly at your pace. You know, it's better to grow like an oak tree than a spruce tree, you know, because a spruce tree springs up right away, but it's weak, you know, it doesn't live long. It can be pushed over pretty easy. Versus an oak tree, it grows slowly and it's very sturdy. You got to grow your roots, grow your foundation. Like right now, if I had $1 million right now, someone just gave me $1 million, I wouldn't know what to do with it because I never built that skill set to hold $1 million, you know? First off, I got to get comfortable holding the money I have right now. And then I'll make more money, get comfortable with that, make more money, get comfortable with that. You know, because if I got $1 million right now, I'll probably just end up like all the lottery winners who become millionaires and then they go broker than ever. And it was better off that they never even won the money. You know, I'll probably try and get ambitious and buy some business and it's gonna fail, and that's all my money gone, or I get scammed by somebody. And that's actually what the book The Richest Man in Babylon talks about. Being wise with your money, learning how to hold it, because whenever you learn how to save your money and hold your money, it attracts more, because you know, money likes, forget what it's called, but money likes a smart owner. How about that? Look at, oh my gosh, all the lights look so pretty. They got like a Dodger mural right there. You see that? I can't wait to go in there, try some hot dogs and some garlic fries with like a Coke or Pepsi or some shit. Yeah. You know, like, I'm losing weight right now, but like, some people are like, oh, I thought you were on a diet, but you shouldn't be eating a hot dog and drinking soda and all this. That's what like social media and everyone around me is gonna say. But motherfucker, I want to live life and do what I want to do. Anyways, I thought that I was gonna go and read my book at the park, but I decided, you know what, I'm actually gonna go to Starbucks and just chill in there and read my book. Also, what I want to do is get some walking shoes. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna I'm gonna do all the stuff I need to do to get my passport, because I need to get my fucking passport. And then also get some like walking shoes, probably some white ones. I don't know. I have to do some research because I know nothing about walking shoes. So this is the park. Why does it look so grainy? And back to retard maxing. I have been trying to, like how I said, I'm trying to be so frugal with my money, because one wrong move and then I'm gonna have to get a job until I can start getting paid by the year or something. I don't know. But anyways, I've been trying to come up with so many ideas to make money and all this and that. The truth is, just fucking hop into it and you're gonna figure it out, you know? So I'm gonna buy a fucking ATM and just put it in a barbershop somewhere that they don't have one. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just start asking barbershops, hey, do you have an ATM? You know, I could pay you 10% profit if you let me put it in your store or whatever. Just buy it. Maybe, I don't know how much they are. You know, it could range from like $500 to $2,000. And then, you know, I'll just put, who knows, 2 to 4K in that hole. Let it make me some money. And then buy another one. And then I can also buy vending machines, you know. There's a lot of warehouses being built here. They probably don't have vending machines, you know. The middle class worker, you know, they eat a lot of junk food. And yeah, that's another opportunity I can do. Just buy a vending machine and then figure it the fuck out. Or just start figuring it out now. Make the first phone call. You know, I said taking the first step is you're already 50% on the way there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna start scrolling on Facebook Marketplace for decent price ATMs, and then I'm gonna call up some barbershops and then just put fucking thousands of dollars up in that hole. And because I don't want to run out of money. You know, I think that's gonna be like the worst thing if I have that ATM there and I only have a couple $100 and it runs out like that, and then all of a sudden people are using it and they're paying that service fee for the ATM, they're not getting no money back. It's gonna kill my fucking business. So we just gotta start retard maxing, just start doing caveman style, man. Start doing, everything will fall in place. Look at this. Right now, same thing with real estate. I want to get into real estate, but right now Ontario is offering you up to I think it is $160,000 just for buying a home. So how it pretty much is going to work is that you buy a home and it's going to be, the monthly payments are going to be tax deferred. So up to like 20 to 30 years, something like that. There's a guy I can talk to. I should probably talk to him because I can use my VA loan. If I use my VA loan, I can buy a house. Yes, I'll have to cover the closing costs unless you get smart and then you're like, you know what, I'm gonna make the seller cover the closing costs. Or yeah, you can also buy like underappreciated homes that are like 30% market value, and then you just get it appraised and boom, you instantly create like $50,000 in equity, stuff like that. So we had to just start doing, bro. I've been fucking lackadaisical as fuck. You know, my grandpa came and visited me. Well, I guess I live in his house, but what's it called? You know, he was saying like, why don't you have a job? I'm like, oh, just cause like I'm chilling, I don't need the money. And then he's like, no matter what, even if you have $1 million, you need to work. And I was like, yeah, fuck, he's right. But I gotta get off my fucking lazy ass and just start doing shit. Look, I didn't know this part has like a really nice neighborhood over here. Super nice.
The honorable mention.